Hello, everybody. It seems like I'm in a really dark room, but it's the quietest room in the house. I think I'm gonna turn this way. I am so excited. I am so excited. I'm so excited about this boot camp that I'm gonna be doing. Hi, hearts. Let me swipe up so I can see what's going on here. There we go. Hi, hello. All right, I'm so excited about this boot camp that's going on. In my business right now, we are coming up on super busy season. I'm telling you what, this time last year, I had just hit green status. I had about 50 women in my company, in my success line, and that's where I was 1 year ago last August. Today, I have been black status for 7 months. I've been a black status for 7 months. I've hit black status every month since. And we have 1,400 women in my company today. And I'm telling you what, the strength that comes in the fall, September to December, just rides the entire rest of your year. And that is what is upon us. Even bigger than that is my company. I'm a black status presenter with Unique. We are launching tons of new products. We have new platforms for parties that are coming out this fall. It is one of the most exciting. It's bigger than it was last fall. That's for gosh darn sure. And so I'm here to make sure that your business and your foundation is solid to take you through this fall, to launch you up to black status. It's funny, a thread started in a black status group about after conference and all the girls that hit black status last fall, and it was a lot. Pretty much the biggest chunk of the year for women hitting black status in this company, it was September through December, and there's a reason for that. So if there's ever a time of year that you are working your business, it needs to be right now. Okay, all right, so my topic for today, and this is going to be a 6-part session, I'm going to try to get at least 3 of these periscopes out this week, is grow your relationships, grow your business. And, I thought about what did I want to start with the boot camp. Sure, you're going black for this fall. I'm always, JC, you've got this, girlfriend. And I'm going to do a crying, happy, amazing dance for you when it happens. I see you work in your business. You got this, girl. All right. So I thought really hard about what I wanted in my first video. What should we start with? What do we start with? Let me tell you what we start with. The foundation of our profession, and really any profession that deals with sales, is people. Period. It's period. I don't even care what you're selling. It is irrelevant if you do not have good relationships with people. If people are walking away from you and not feeling valued and appreciated and loved, your business is not going to be successful. Period. So that's what I'm starting with. Later on this week, we're going to talk about partying and partying hard. We are going to talk about how to run a team. We're going to talk about how to run your Facebook group so it is as productive and your retention rate is as amazing as it absolutely should be. But right now, we are starting with relationships. So I started Unique June of 2014. Now, I have no direct sales experience. I have no sales experience, really. I am a holistic health practitioner and massage therapist by trade. I am a birth doula, and I was a midwife assistant and worked in the birth community and the army town that I just moved away from. And I also ran a really large, successful, amazing Facebook group, Fayetteville Natural Birth and Parenting Group. Holla at ya on Facebook. So this was my experience going in, and Lord knows that I'm not a makeup artist, and it actually probably been years since I purchased makeup when I signed on with Unique. Whoop, whoop. Monarch mamas, holla. So I'm telling you this to let you know that if you're not a salesperson, it does not mean you're not going to be successful at all. However, being a people person, getting outside of your comfort zone, having good relationships with every single person that you meet is what is going to determine your business. Now, if you were to take a tally of women that are professional network marketers, the most powerful women network marketing conference is going on in Vegas this next weekend, and I'm still trying to hop a plane to make it out there because I want to be surrounded by those women. You are going to notice a theme with them. They are sweet. They are sweet. They talk and appreciate to everybody around them. People want to be around them. They want to hear what they have to say. And the reason, because they make people feel good. So I'm talking today about how your interactions with people leaves people feeling. And I'm not just talking about your customers or maybe your future presenters. I'm talking about your wise sisters or the people in your success line if you're not with Unique. I'm talking about the relationship that your women on your team have with each other. What is the mood in the group that you're running? How is it? So one of the best compliments that I have ever received in my entire life was about 11 years ago. And it was at a conference, right? Lots of people everywhere. And I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. I love learning about new people. And I just chatted for like 10 minutes with this girl. And the next day we were getting ready to leave. And she came up to me and she pulled me aside and she says, I want you to know that when you're talking to somebody, you make them feel like they're the only person in the room. Hands down, that was the best compliment that I've ever received in my life. And in hindsight, looking back, and I'm like, you know what? That might be why I've done so well. Not just with my direct sales company, but with my birth company that I ran back in Fayetteville, with the reason that my doula business did so well. The reason why women wanted me at their births is because I empower the people around me. Now, sometimes when we do that in our interaction with people, it's inherent, right? We've just always been this way. We're good with people. And sometimes people don't have that. But listen, everybody can. Everybody can. Personal development is absolutely key. I don't know of anybody at the top of a company that isn't constantly trying to be better, constantly building those relationships. I read a really wonderful story, and one of my favorite personal development books is How to Win Friends and Influence People. And the story was about a boy, and this was a mid-century, and he didn't have a formal education. His dad died really, really young, and he made himself. And he did that by meeting as many people as he could and remembering their names. He ended up being one of the men to get Roosevelt in office. He was very successful. He would take trips across the country and stay at different people's houses and insist that the hostess had luncheons. And he would write down the names of every single person that he'd meet, and he'd keep it in a book. And then when he got back home, he would write letters to all of them, letting them know how amazing it was to meet them. And he remembered their name. And this is so important. I feel like today we are very much, it's a different day and age, right? Human-to-human contact actually doesn't happen as often as it used to. We don't pick up the phone and call people. We send them a text message. We nurture our relationships online rather than in person or writing a letter. When you walk out that door, every single day you are working your business. Who are you meeting? The waitress that serves you lunch, the coffee girl at the coffee line, the attendant at the gas station, everybody. You have the chance to meet people every single day. And I'm not just talking because you want to sell them stuff. One of the worst things that you can do is add new friends on Facebook and then all of a sudden send them a message trying to get them on your team or sell them your product. That's devaluing relationships. It's annoying, it's really bad for your business, and it's actually bad for business, for everybody's business. It gives us a bad name. And that's not the way that you nurture relationships. You nurture relationships by listening to people. You nurture relationships by making eye contact and smiling at people. People love to talk about themselves. When you're in a conversation with somebody, if they walk away knowing more about you than you about them, then maybe you need to start listening more. Also, as far as sales go, when people are talking about themselves, they will end up selling themselves on your product. They will ask you what you do. Boom, doors open to talk about your amazing business and your amazing products. They will, and then all of a sudden they'll probably start talking about makeup and about how they haven't worn makeup in a long time and they were kind of interested in makeup. And if you're listening, they will sell themselves on your makeup. But they appreciate the fact that you're listening. Now, salesmen have a tendency to be talkers. I love talking. I absolutely love talking. I could talk all day long. I love talking to new people. And that is actually a personality trait of mine that I have absolutely had to die down on. I've had to be a better listener. When you're not listening, and this happens, and I'm sure you guys reflect back and think about conversations that you've had with anybody. If you're in a conversation with somebody and you are thinking about what you want to say next rather than actually listening to what they are saying, again, you're devaluing that relationship and you're telling them that you're not interested in listening to what they have to say. Now, it's a habit, you guys. It's a habit that you need to get out of, but you can actively deprogram yourself from doing this because it's really, really rude. And you know what? A lot of times we aren't even realizing that we're doing it. Especially, I'm really bad at this. When somebody's saying something and it gets me excited, I have a tendency to interrupt because I'm so excited. And you know what? My brain, I forget things really, really, really quickly. So sometimes I want to blurt out what I have to say before I forget it. And it's really, really rude. And so listening, and waiting for your chance to speak, it is what you have to do. And because we are almost becoming so desensitized to actually having human conversations, it's something that's not good, but you can become better at it. And because of that, you are going to build better relationships. Now, Facebook is my business card. Facebook's my business card. And what I mean by that is I bring my phone with me everywhere. And everywhere I go and everybody that I meet, and it's regardless if it's a smile, if it's a little conversation in the airport, I add them on Facebook as my friends. I don't add them and all of a sudden tell them, hey, you want to buy this makeup? I plant seeds on my Facebook page. Everybody knows that I sell Unique. But I don't just talk about Unique at all. I talk about my life. I talk about a whole bunch of different interesting things because not everybody wants to hear about Unique all the time, you guys. They want value. They want content. So bring your phone everywhere. Add everybody you can on Facebook. That is how you are retaining that relationship. But then you need to nurture your relationship. Now listen, I had brain surgery last October. I started getting really sick right after I joined Unique, and I actually didn't drive for about 9 months. I just started driving again a couple months ago, which meant that my foot on the pavement getting out that door time was nil to none, which means that the relationships that I was adding value to was primarily on the internet. You can still have valuable relationships with people. I am a part of so many Facebook groups. If you can think it, I'm a part of it, but I don't just join. And I definitely don't go in and talk about my business because A, it's against compliance, and B, nobody wants to listen to it. You're in that group for a reason. I'm in Great Dane groups. I'm in Chiari Malformation, which is my little brain thing groups. I'm in groups for people with spinal conditions. I'm in groups for gifted children. I'm in natural parenting groups. I'm in Colorado groups. I'm in buy, sell, and trade groups. And I'm not in there to sell my stuff, you guys. I'm in there to meet new people. Period. I don't know if they're going to be customers. I sure as heck don't know if they're going to want to join the opportunity. But the more people you know, the better your business is going to be. Period. And how do you value relationships with people that you just met? Send them a message. Send them a voice message. Ask them more about themselves. Let them talk about themselves. They will remember you. And they will remember you if you made them feel like the only person on their friends list. Now, this is also going to work for your business is when you start interacting with people, you are going to up your Facebook algorithm. Okay. So now I'm going to kind of talk about how do we do that on Facebook. You can have 3,000 friends on Facebook. Like I have a lot of Facebook friends. However, Facebook only shows me the posts of the people that Facebook thinks is relevant, right? The people that I go to their page. Sometimes you just have to go to their page and all of a sudden Facebook's like, oh, you want to see what this person has to say? And all of a sudden your newsfeed gets shaken up. You need to be doing this several times a week, period. Go through your Facebook list and look for people that you haven't talked to in a while and reach out. Reach out. I go through and I'm like, hey, I was out of nowhere thinking about you and I just want to say hi and see what you're up to. Period. Done. That's all. They're like, oh, you were thinking about me. And you know what? They're going to be interested in your life too. They are. I promise you. They are. And more importantly, your newsfeed is going to be showing up on their wall. And their newsfeed is going to be showing up on your wall. So you're going to be knowing more about what's going on in their life. Period. It's about being a better friend, you guys. This is going to help just make you a better human, period, because we do not want to be walking around with a bag over our head, ignoring the relationships in our life. We want everyone in our life to feel valuable, because that's all anybody wants, right? It is going to make your business better. So I'm telling you, take the bag off your head. And holy smokes, here is my next little pointer for you guys. You need to put down your telephones. When you are talking to somebody, you need to put down your phone. Don't look at it. Don't see what's going on. Yes, I am a little bit more filtered with my children's pictures. Okay. One of the rudest things you can do when you're in a conversation with somebody is pick up your telephone. Period. It tells them that you are not interested in what they have to say. It's a horrible habit, and everybody does it, especially wise sisters who work primarily from our phones, right? Because we work all the time. But listen, when somebody is sitting in front of you, the business opportunity that you have for yourself is gold, and it is 10 times more important than anything that's going on Facebook, period. Period. That somebody asked a question in your group, let it sit for a while. It's not as important as the person sitting right in front of you. Period. And again, that's a habit that you have to deprogram yourself out of. It's, just in general, you are going to find yourself happier when you're listening to more people, when you're making more people smile, when they're making you smile more. They are going to realize, do you want to kiss me? No. I do have my new lipstick on, though. It's going to just catapult you into a awesome, block user, sorry guys. It's going to catapult you into this new valuable direction. All right, I'm going to talk a little bit about your relationships with your wise sisters. Now, I'm talking about your cross line, I'm talking about your down line, I'm talking about your up line, I'm talking about anybody's line. It is so important for your business. I joined Unique, and shortly thereafter, several of my elites joined. We learned how to do this together. I didn't learn how to do this from having an awesome Facebook party and talking about the makeup and making images. I didn't learn that on my own, you guys. I learned that because I am surrounded by amazing women. I learned that because I empower the amazing women around me to make friends with each other, and that they're valued enough that they share their ideas with everybody. If you're a part of Team Awesome, you will know that relationships are formed everywhere. Girls have become best friends, and they are cross lines. They are masterminding together. Women feel that their questions are valuable regardless if it's been asked 20 times, because that's the environment that it is. I have some women that, maybe aren't interested in becoming a Black status presenter. Like maybe they sell a couple mascaras a month, but I tell you what, they are active in my group, and they love every single woman there, and they like to be a part of it. Human beings like to be part of groups, you guys. It is in our DNA. We like to support teams. We like to wear our jerseys. People join gangs. We are group people. When you want a successful business, you want a fellowship. You want a place where people feel heard, and they feel loved, and they feel appreciated. And so you need to listen. And let me tell you what, it gets a little bit trickier the higher the rank you get. All of a sudden you become not as relatable, right? Like you're something that maybe somebody wants, but they have a harder time. And that's probably one of the things that's bothered me the most about hitting Black status, is I feel like I'm not put on a pedestal, but people have a harder time relating, right? So it's even more important that those women are developing relationships with each other, that they're running together. We're talking about pacing partners. We're talking about friendships. I mean, seeing the friendships that my girls have with each other is one of the most highlights ever. It's going to be a nurturing environment. So even if you have somebody that doesn't maybe qualifies every month, maybe doesn't, they are just as valuable to your team as the person who's doing $2,000-$3,000 PRS a month, period. Because you are creating a family. And just like every single family dynamic that we have in our life, every single person is important. And they bring something to the table. I mean, You want people to just want to be a part of your team. So practice your relationship skills with the girls in your company. Practice your relationship skills with the people that you meet every single day. I absolutely, hands down, if you are adding friends and if you are valuing them and appreciating them and you're sincerely interested in their life, they are going to be sincerely interested in yours. And even if they don't want to join your team, I have women that saw me join Unique and all of a sudden 8 months later decided that they were interested in the opportunity, because some of them just want to be a part of what I'm doing because I make them feel good. Yeah. Make people feel good. Make people feel good in the parties that you throw for people, in the interactions you meet every single day, and on your team page. Make people feel good. And your life is going to be better for it. And your business is going to be better for it. And it takes work, you guys. Like I said, we get some really bad habits. Actively get out of your bad habits and value everybody around you. All right. That is what I have to say about growing relationships. It's not necessarily easy, but you can absolutely do it. I have a task for everybody today, and what I want you to do is I want you to go to your Facebook friends list, and I want you to find people that you haven't interacted with in a long time, and I want you to post on their wall, or I want you to send them a message, and I want you to see how they're doing. Period. I want you to see how you're doing. 20 people. Do it today. I want you to see what happens to your Facebook newsfeed. It gets mixed up, right? Like, I have tons of Y sisters, and sometimes it's just like a unique purple explosion on my newsfeed, and that's not good for my business and my market. So you need to be keeping your newsfeed fresh and up to date. And I also want you, when you're out of the house today, I want you to bring your phone with you, and I want you to look at everybody that you see who's in your 3-foot space, of you. When they are in your 3-foot bubble, to look them in the eye and to smile and ask them how they're doing. That's it. If the conversation opens up, add them on Facebook, and it doesn't matter if it's a guy or if it's a girl, or if it's a little kid. They probably don't have a Facebook yet. But just living your life acting in kindness and being attentive to everybody around you is going to bring value, period. It's going to bring value to yourself. It's going to bring value to them. And it's just a better way to live. Another thing I didn't mean to end with this, but I actually forgot to talk about it, is the happy birthday feature on Facebook. It's something so simple, right? Holy smokes. You have a chance to engage with everybody on your friends list at least once a day because of this birthday feature. For me, this birthday feature is a reminder to reach out to these people. Say happy birthday to them, send them a message. All of a sudden, they're in your newsfeed. They know that you care. And every single person on your Facebook list, you have a chance to contact with at least once a year if you utilize this feature. Don't ignore the birthdays. Wish them happy birthday. It's going to be good for your algorithm. It's going to be good for Facebook. And it's just going to feel really good to do. I think that's it. Relationships, guys, it's so important, and that's why I'm starting with this. We are getting into more detail about business a little bit later on this week, how to work your Facebook page, how to party hard, just more details about our business in this Back to Basics Bootcamp. Also, I'm just giving a little shout out tonight. Andrea Hedberg is one of my Orange Status presenters. She was also a speaker on the social media panel at convention last week. She is doing, I'll repost it on my Facebook wall here momentarily. She is doing a social media boot camp starting tonight. She is a genius. She came on in October and she changed my business. And you know what? She shared what she was doing with her Facebook page, and she built relationships with women on her crossline, and she is an absolute genius. And so you don't want to miss this. So this is like, we're getting you all set up to just make your fall a life changer. So I love you guys. I love you. I'm going to upload this to YouTube. If you're not following me on YouTube, do momentarily. Part 1, over and out. Go build some relationships today. Make sure the people and everybody you interact with walks away feeling better because of you. All right? Bye, guys. Have a good day. Mwah!